to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
On 1st and 10, Watson able to find Higgins. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Watson. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. A shotgun snap for Watson.
Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Ferguson.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Browns. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cole now on the return.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Faking the give, now Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Again, it's Watson. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson, and that is incomplete here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know and often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Browns.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Browns have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Cole now on the return.
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
That's on the guard, David Edwards.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. John Johnson with the INT. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Finding room to the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that.
Touchdown! Complete at the 1.
Anthony Schwartz.
Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On first down, Mixon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
To throw is Watson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. The Browns drive about to get started. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And Chris Barnes there on the stop. 2nd and 9.
They'll drop to throw. He completes it to Beckham. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the first and goal.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Cole now on the return.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From the 39, Watson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Now it's Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there just before halftime.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And some strong running. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip.
He's going to go up top again.
And that almost their first INT in the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On play action, they'll throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the microscope.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 on the year.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cole now on the return.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Watson on first down. And this is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. To the air yet again, Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Stays on his feet. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Going to run with Madison again. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Mine's 54.
They're going for it. Here's Madison. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Let's go. Mike 35, Mike 35. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. Back now in Cincinnati. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Browns on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. There's the stiff arm. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
First down, Browns.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
74 yards rushing for him now to this point. Second down, here's Chubb again.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They give to Chubb out of the gun. So some holding over on the left side of that.
And I know for the guys trying to move those.
Stop your whining.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Browns on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. To try again after the sack, Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. On first down, Watson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 6 there on first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Watson now to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Got some room at the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
143 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Even with the good gain, I thought they might accept that one.
Yeah, you thought maybe they'd go with the downs as opposed to the yardage. So if you're taking